Alright YouTube, ECW number 1 back here again. I'm going to do ECW 2007 versus ECW 2007 belt description video for you now. Obviously you can tell this is the licensed replica. The real replica you will get standard adult sized, and this is my repainted version of the 2007 replica, which was the never released version with all the black paint. So yeah, and also this one's on real leather, the repainted one. As you can see there, the covered up real leather, while this is on a standard Figures Inc. adult size strap. Obviously the main difference you can see straight away is the paint. While this comes with the standard factory paint, I repainted this one to look like the belt that Bobby Lashley, CM Punk, John Morrison, Vince McMahon held. Well, that ECW went downhill in WWE. So that looks, I really do prefer the paint job on this one to this one, so I just decided, since I had to paint one. I'm going to go over the details now. Obviously this belt would have looked exactly the same as this, but now it's obviously different because it's on a real leather strap, hand done by yours truly. Pretty shit, I know, but first attempt at a real leather strap, so I don't think it's that bad. Here is the Figures Inc. strap, obviously like all adult size, 2x8 snap box. Obviously ECW belts, as you can probably tell, have the thinner space snap boxes with 1 centimeter space in there and the deep thin snaps. And obviously no design here, but this one does feature a barbed wire design continuing all the way around the belt to the other snap box. So yeah, the fake leather snap box, you can hear it there. While this is real leather, 2x8 wide snap box, much like most belts nowadays have the wide snaps. Like I think I spaced this to WWE standards, and obviously did the tooling, if you can see there, on the strap in the snap box. Don't know if my camera picks it up actually. It's just my phone I'm using, by the way, so that's why you can't see anything. There's nothing going around the plate. Oh, what am I doing? Around the strap there. Nothing, no design or anything. If I had the tools, I probably would have, but oh well. Obviously, the plates are all exactly the same, apart from the repaint on this one. So this is the repainted second side plate with the ECW logo in the center, with the chair. Some people have never noticed that this is actually a chair in the background of the side plates on the ECW belts. As you can see, there's the center part of the chair that the logo actually sits on. There's the top part with the side legs coming down either side, and obviously barbed wire baseball bats crossing the plate with Hardcore Wrestling ECW there. And obviously this plate is exactly the same, apart from a slight lack of paint, black paint there, and at the top on the other plate. So there's not much point describing two identical plates. On this belt, the barbed wire world, it's just the globe with barbed wire covering up a fair bit of it. Obviously the steel chair behind it can hardly be seen, just the top part and the legs coming down. Much like the baseball bats, you can hardly see just at either end there. You can see a bit of the barbed wire, a bit of the end, and the handle there and there. And exactly the same here, apart from repainted the plate up top, up at the bottom and top here. I'll just go to the other sides first actually. 2x5 snap box, thin snaps again, obviously otherwise they wouldn't snap together. And on here there's a gold tip on that end, because the reason I didn't have this belt for so long was I lent it to my cousin because he was going to a WWE show about, I think I went this year. He would have gone last year, I think it was, so last year's November. I think, can't remember. He went, so he wanted a belt, so I gave him my repainted one. At that point it was on the fake strap. While he had it for almost a year, because I never bothered going to get it back, because I wasn't that bothered about having it back. While he had it, he put a gold tip on it. He put it on really badly, tore up this whole part of the strap, and by the time I got it back, the strap was pretty wrecked. So I thought, it's a double belt that I've got. Might as well try real leather. That's why it's on the real leather, and the shitty work on it. Obviously, I don't actually know if my camera's picking this up, the tooling around the snaps. Probably not, because it's just my phone, but oh well. As you can see, 2x5 snap box here, just like on the replica there. As you can see, barbed wire continuing round. If the camera will pick up, the thicker print is here. This is where the machine actually double printed. You can see this part is a lot thicker all the way to there, and then it's thinner pressing there. It's funny to see when the machines fuck up the printing and their barbed wire overlaps for a second there. Yeah, I always laugh seeing when the machines mess up a bit of the belt. I'm not really bothered because obviously it's machine made, so the machines can't do everything right, but it's funny seeing the belts that people take so much pride over. I actually do take pride over my replicas, but I accept that they're cheaply machine made. The plates are exactly the same. There's no mirroring here. The plates are identical as on the other side on both belts, so there's not much point in me describing the same plates over again. So I'll move on to the center plates now. There's actually a decent curve in this belt. There's the IC belt, hello. As you can see there's a decent curve put into it, but the biggest feature of this plate is the paintwork I did, which you can see there. Just used the exact same gloss paint that the replicas are painted with. Managed to find the exact shade of black. Well, I bought black, so it seemed to do the job. As you can see, ECW World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion with the blood there, and the barbed wire world with 2 barbed wire baseball bats around the outside. Exactly the same here, obviously without the paint job, and a massive curve. This belt is the biggest curve I've ever done in a belt, just because I've got 4 of this belt basically since I got the Taz and the classic version, so each one has a different size curve just to make it a bit different. This one has the biggest curve in my collection. It's massive, as you can probably see there with the width difference. The most exciting part now, the back of the belts. Wow, this is the part that everyone looks forward to, and I know I've been putting it off for a while now, but it was worth the wait. The back of the belt. Obviously, this is the standard Figures Inc. Fake leather strap. If you could hear that, that's fake leather quality right there. And the snap, back of the snaps there. You can see the stitching of the snap boxes, and you can see the lovely air bubbles. When I got this belt, it didn't have air bubbles, but so annoyingly, because I've got no room for belts in my room anymore, I have to keep this folded up on a shelf, snapped together like, obviously opposite sides, snapped together like that, which gives it air bubbles. It annoys me so much, but it sucks. They get air bubbles, but there's nowhere else to put the belt. I really wish there was, because then it would be flat and it would be perfect. But as you can see there, the official licensed patch there with the sticker still on. And the lovely screws, as you can see, holding the belt on. The plates on, sorry. They look lovely. And the air bubbles, while on the real leather, you can see the back of the gold tip, the snaps, obviously covered up, snaps here, because you don't need to see these. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the screws, and you can see this is good air bubbles. In real leather, air bubbles look cool. Look at that. It looks awesome. And the difference, let's see. Look at that, it's Figures Inc. quality right there. And this is ECW #1 quality. Yes! Figures Inc. ECW #1. Seriously, after this was done, I was just like, oh my god, look at the flexibility of that. Look at this, look at... Yeah! The flexibility is just insane. Just the real leather is so much better. Even my shitty done real leather is so much better than just the fake leather. Yeah, look, it's still just sitting there. It doesn't care. It doesn't care how you put it over. Look at that, look at that. There's no way a Figures Inc. strap could do a loop like that. And then it just goes back to being laying flat. It sits perfectly, no weight has to be put on it. It can be strapped over like, Figures Inc. is disappointing. When you buy a replica and you compare it to real leather, it's just disappointing. There's no way to, I just don't like the replica straps. No one does, I know it. But, look at it. I'll actually do the side without the gold tip to prove that it works on either side. Look at that. It just flops over with the nice velvet there. And flops perfectly back over with no air bubbles. While the disaster here, the printed over disaster, it's just stupid replicas. I'm obsessed with them. It's an addiction buying them, but when you compare it to something like that, the real leather, you just think, why am I buying this? Why did I buy you recently? I still love that belt, but oh my god. Okay, I know I'm ranting on now. I've completely forgotten what point I was at. Did I describe everything? I probably did. I've probably forgotten something, but I've gone on a rant, so now I've completely had a mind blank, should I say. So this was ECW number 1, comparing the 2007 repainted ECW versus the 2007 standard Figures Inc. replica ECW. Real leather, shite. Thanks for watching.